Me and Robbie Lawler are gonna go in there and try to each other up on January 2nd.
Carlos Condit versus Robbie Lawler is an epic, epic contest. Two guys who are incredibly tough.
Am I ready for a title shot or what?
He comes and gets in your face and looks to finish.
I come to fight. No matter what happens, I keep coming, and I'm trying to knock people out.
Robbie was always wild and aggressive, and he always had great knockout power. Now he has added skills and experience and discipline and maturity.
Look at how ferocious Lawler is.
Robbie's getting better every fight. He gets in wars. 3 days later, he's back in the gym. I expect him to make a run and be there for a long time.
Robbie is super dangerous, incredible power, one of the best strikers that's ever gotten in the octagon.
And another shot, trying to finish this fight.
The interim UFC welterweight champion of the world.
I'm a born fighter. Since the first time I punched somebody or got punched, I was like, ooh, I kind of like this.
We've seen Carlos Condit go toe-to-toe with George St. Pierre, who is arguably the greatest welterweight champion of all time.
I believe right now in the mix, Carlos Condit might be the most dangerous guy. He has more weapon in his arsenal, and you never know where it's coming from. It's just a nightmare fighting a guy like this.
It is all over with 10 seconds left in the fight.
And I'm gonna show it. I'm gonna beat him. I'm gonna take his belt.
Whatever.
What are you doing, Daddy?
Playing with my toy.
That's mine.
Oh, this isn't mine? I thought it was mine.
No, it isn't.
Slippery. You alright? You okay? Do we need to bring you to the doctor to maybe get your leg taken off? Camp's gone great. Carlos is one of those guys who can do it all, so just want to make sure I'm sharp in every aspect.
Every fight, he's getting better. Every fight, he's adding up to his tools and arsenals, and it's just been a great process.
You want steak and eggs?
Yes. I'll just pop that.
You're good. Firmness?
Yes. Is he gonna pop me?
Chew, chew, chew. I don't want to have to give you the Heimlich on camera. You're like the kid from Christmas Story. You're so bundled up, you can't even move.
I'm like Ralphie's little brother.
Like Ralphie's little brother. Low flow.
I'm not doing anything fancy.
That's fine, neither am I.
Just some basics.
We already worked our combos. Okay, we're on point. Getting in, moving around, sweating. No, it was great. Felt good. Moved around a little bit. I get depressed when I just sit around the house anyway, so I'm moving, feeling good, ready to take the title.
Oh, there's a few more. There's 3 more.
Need some help, Glenn?
Nah, I've got it. Whatever it is, it's big.
Yep, get it.
Hi.
Oh, geez. Look at that monster bass.
Oh, and I got it.
Yeah, you did. That's a big one. Have to get all my stuff packed, make sure I have all my gear for drilling techniques. I think I decided I wanted to be a fighter, man, it had to have been really early, 6 or 7. When I was a junior in high school, some guys came up to our high school wrestling practice that were fighters, and that's when I realized, hold on a second, this is something I want to do. So UFC was taking off, and that was my goal to do what my training partners were doing, be world champions and go into the UFC and beat people up.
Tons of undies, all right.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Do you need more shorts?
I think so. Give me like one more pair.
I'm glad to welcome everyone to Las Vegas. Remain seated just a little bit longer till we get to the gate.
Never lost here. It's a fight town.
What up, guys? Hey, will you guys text me like when you need me to like retweet shit? Because I don't ever see it until like after.
I had hot oil splash from a pan onto my fucking side.
Where you're going stages.
And I screamed like a girl.
Take a look at that.
Looks good.
And both hands on the hips for me.
One more trick. Nice.
He's all cocky.
He went down hard. A lot of champions on the building. It's nice to be around all these guys. A lot of people worked out here and came up through the tough season. It's just nice to be around this. I actually coached with a buddy of mine, Matt Hughes.
I've done other protocols and other methods. This by far has been the most successful for me. I've felt good throughout camp. Never hungry. Blood sugar's always been on point. Always felt like I had tons of energy.
Hey, Carlos.
Hi.
So you're facing Robbie Lawler. You two are like OGs of the welterweight division. You guys have been around for a long time. Has he always kind of been on the radar as a possible opponent for you?
Super skilled, super aggressive, and heart for days. Just doesn't quit. Gets in your face, comes to finish. He's a fighter's fighter. I think that this is going to be a spectacular display of mixed martial arts. Him and I are both very, very hungry competitors. We're going to get in there, we're going to put on a show, but I know that I'm going to walk away with the belt.
Make some noise on the mat. The natural killer, Carlos Condit!
This time around, I'm just enjoying the process and just staying poised. Hopefully it'll go my way and I'll walk away with the titles. What's up, guys? How are you?
It's awesome that all these fans came out to support the UFC and all the fighters that came out, but if there's one person, cool. If there's a million people, cool. I'm just sticking to the game plan of doing work and concentrating on staying sharp. Gotcha.
Dave, yeah. Hey, good to meet you. We're gonna have some fun, hit a few.
I live in Florida, so I can play like year-round, so.
Yeah. We'll get them ordered for you. 3, 2, 1. Cool.
Sweet.
I appreciate that. Yeah, appreciate it. Awesome. Thanks.
See ya.
Fucking woke up at 75.
Bam! It's a nice suit, man.
Thank you. I can move this one.
What's going on, stranger?
Carlos can do it all. He's a long, rangy fighter. So I have to be well-rounded and ready to go. Talk is cheap about how you want to do things, and I'm going to be sharp, and I'm going to get the win. Knockout. I'll take it on Saturday.
When I was fighting, I always wanted it to be like a practice. I didn't go to a fight, I just got another day of practice. So with me here and Tony and the rest of the guys, Robbie just sees it as another day in practice. He doesn't have his nerves up, and we just have a good time like we do at the gym.
And then we just got to make sure that guy gets us undies.
Yep, he just texted me back. He said he's got.
Otherwise, it'll be interesting fucking
talent
weigh-in.
Yeah. Let's pull him straight off.
What's happening, my friends? Welcome to the weigh-ins! Carlos Condit versus Robbie Lawler represents two guys who are incredibly tough, incredibly disciplined, incredibly focused, and two guys who are at their very best right now.
I just fight my ass off. I fight for survival. And the best way to survive in the octagon is to put the other guy to sleep.
Robbie Lawler remains the welterweight champion!
This is an epic, epic contest. I see two men in their prime, two men with a wealth of experience, two men who are at the top of their game.
I'm gonna beat Robbie down, knock him out, submit him, TKO him, whatever. I'm gonna finish this fight.
I feel like I'm the best fighter in the world, and I can't wait to go showcase who I am.
$169 for Mr. Condit. $170 for the champion.
It's not so much what I see. I want him to see me. Look into my soul. Look deep down there and see if you like what you see when you look into my eyes.
I'm prepared to do anything it takes. Go to any means to take the belt from me. I've had my focus and I've been motivated to get the belt since I got into the UFC. I'm ready. I've trained my entire life for this fight, and I'm not gonna let this opportunity slip through my hands.
I'm a knockout artist, power in both hands. I can hurt you in many ways.
Happy New Year, UFC fans! And Robbie Lawler, we've seen him from the time he was 20 years old. He's always been aggressive, always had power. But Carlos Condit is a special fighter. He's long and rangy. He's got excellent submission skills as well as knockout power.
UFC welterweight champion, ruthless Robbie Lawler. The natural-born killer, Carlos Condit, who earned the interim title by beating Nick Diaz at UFC 142. So many new champions, including that man, the UFC middleweight champion of the world, Luke Rockhold. Nate Diaz coming off a good win to finish 2015.
What Carlos has had a problem with in the past is wrestling. Guys who want to take him down and hold him down. That is not what Robbie Lawler does. Robbie Lawler comes at you and tries to destroy you.
The UFC welterweight champion of the world. 31-year-old challenger, Carlos Condit. 3 inches taller, he will have a slight reach advantage.
It's time! The natural-born killer, Carlos Condit! Ruthless Robbie Lawler!
I want you to protect yourself at all times, obey my commands at all times. I want you to fight hard, to fight clean. If you want to touch gloves, touch them now. Best of luck to both of you.
Well, right now, Robbie is the one pressing the action. Good kick to the body there by Carlos.
Over and over. And now it's all the people at American Top Team, Joe. Everybody.
Oh, he tagged him!
He got tagged, now he's back up.
We won't know until they break. Knee by Condit.
Let's see if Robbie continues to backpedal or if he becomes the aggressor again.
Power back kick, power hand. He tagged him with a left hook there, Mike. Good left hand by Carlos. Carlos is mixing things up well, Mike.
Good start for Condit.
Kick to the body and a left hook behind it for Carlos, even though he has long arms. And let's take a look at the uppercut. Look what he did. He stepped in. It was almost like a left jab, like a shovel hook. Yeah, he's very well trained in the striking. Between Winklejohn and Brandon Gibson, they've done an amazing job preparing him. Oh, there's a good left hook there. Moved away.
Condit, that quick knee at the end.
Good knee to the body at the end there. Oh, Robbie caught him coming in. Carlos is showing Robbie a lot of different things. There's a lot of feints going on. There's a lot of movement. Oh, tagged him!
My goodness!
Robbie hit him with a big shot.
Lawler!
He got tagged.
But Carlos buying himself time.
Robbie's going to make him
get back up.
Oh, there's a nice counter there. Oh, he's looking to go over the top again.
Up the middle.
Nice kick across the top of the thighs by Carlos, and then one to the body there. Big smile from Robbie Lawler as he moves back to his corner, and this is why. Look at this right hand. Boom.
Lawler has finished 21 of his 26 wins, 20 with strikes.
Carlos really throwing a lot of kicks and keeping Robbie at the end of them.
Putting together these combinations, trying to do damage.
Robbie
with a right.
Landed the right and left there as well. And again, when Carlos gets up against the cage, there's a knee to the body by Carlos.
Oh, walks right into an elbow.
Try to hook kick there, crazy.
Good elbow by Robbie Lawler. Caught the leg.
Nice kick there by Lawler. Very beautiful kick there by Condit.
Round 3 total
Good
strikes.
kick to the body there by Condit, Mike.
All right, so you retook the momentum. He's going to try to take it back.
Sure.
Long kicks, good strikes, okay? Hit, make sure you're flanking, stay on the game plan. Even if you smell blood, stay disciplined.
Oh, good exchange there.
We talked numbers a moment ago, but the reality is this is a very close fight. Don't forget, when we finish on pay-per-view.
Nice inside leg kick, beautiful.
Pushes forward again.
Oh, he caught him with a little bit of a punch there over the top, but Carlos landed a right hand there. There's another one, steps in with an uppercut. He caught him with a left hook there.
Showing a potential spin, and then comes up the middle.
There's a hard kick to the body. There's looking for it. Oh, he tagged him. He tagged him.
Tagged him behind the
ear.
ear.
Kick to the body. Robbie's in trouble.
Spin.
Spin. Knee.
He was looking for that spin earlier.
Nice left to the body.
20 seconds on the clock.
Oh! Big swing by Robbie.
What a round for the natural-born killer.
Let's see some of the action here. And there's that nice inside leg kick. Look at this. Boom! They both threw, but Carlos's punches, as we alluded to earlier, were shorter. If Robbie winds up too much, if he opens himself up too much trying to win by knockout, nice leg kick. Good left hand over the top.
Good head movement.
Oh. Right hand, big right hand by Lawler.
Over the top again with a follow-up left.
Carlos looking for elbows. Good left hand by Carlos.
Wow, look at that combination.
And a kick to the body.
Strikes.
Just the diversity of his attack.
And the spin again.
Fist.
Time to let it all go. Leave it all in the octagon again.
Good combination by Condit.
So precise.
Good left hand.
The statistics are so lopsided.
We tagged him there.
Past the midway point of our 5th and final round.
Beautiful combination by Condit. Really mixing it up well with that step-in left uppercut.
Lawler again with that big left.
A left hand.
So many in 2015.
Robbie tagged him.
Again gets him.
Tagged him with the left.
90 seconds. Lawler looking to finish it.
Plenty of time to go.
Lawler knows he has to finish this fight.
He tagged him again with the left.
Head kick.
And again. What a fight. Carlos with a combination. Robbie with the right hand.
20.
Left hook by Condit. Right hand by Condit. And a left again. Beautiful head kick.
Final seconds of this fight.
Oh my God.
It is over.
What
they
a fight.
Go the distance.
Unbelievable. That might have been one of the best rounds in the history of the welterweight division. Step in, left uppercut. Right hand behind it. What an exchange in that 5th and final round. Just an absolutely spectacular championship MMA fight.
And still the undisputed UFC.
Robbie, first of all, congratulations on one of the best fights I've ever seen in my life.
Man, Carlos is so tough. Every time I see him fight, he proves everyone wrong, shows how tough he is. He's been doing this for a long time. Hats off to a champion, Carlos Condit.
Robbie Lawler, ladies and gentlemen.
Backstage with Carlos Condit. Carlos, I know you don't have the belt right now, but tell me, do you feel like you won something through that fight? You proved something through that fight?
I got to fight and, push myself as hard as I can, leave it all out there, and to me that's a victory.
How did you feel heading into that 5th and final round?
I felt good. Yeah, I felt good, but came up short.
The main event. Some people are saying it's the best fight in UFC history. Just what are your overall thoughts on that fight?
Carlos fought the perfect fight tonight. He stood toe-to-toe, exchanged and mixed, took big shots in that fifth round. It was just good a round as you will ever see in any fight anywhere.
Robbie, you told me this week you weren't going to get into a war. Talk to me about that fight.
And he showcased who he was as a fighter and as a competitor, and that camp really put together a great game plan, and he was in shape and he was doing great out there.
You said inside the octagon to Joe Rogan, let's do it again. Does that mean you would rematch Carlos Condit?
Yeah, I mean, Rory's tough, Carlos is tough. I mean, there's a lot of guys out there. Let's sit back and relax, spend some time with my family, but I'll be ready.
I know you don't like to talk about fights after, but you know that Robbie Lawler said in the cage he was willing to do a rematch. You wanted a rematch. It was such a great fight. What do you think of a rematch on that one?
Much respect for Robbie. He needed to come out and do what he did in the fifth round. And one of the greatest rounds I think you will ever see in a fight. It was an amazing fight. Congrats to both guys, and we'll see. We'll see how this thing plays out and what happens. I had Condit winning the first round. I had Lawler winning the second round. And then it depends on how you scored that third round, which Lawler was winning that round early and then kind of shut down and didn't do much the rest of the third round. I gave Condit the fourth round, and I gave Lawler the fifth.
Did the fight exceed even what you thought it might be? I know you talked about how much you thought it would be. Did it exceed your expectations?
He came real close to some of those spinning elbows and fifths to hitting Robbie with that stuff, but it was a great fight fought by both guys. It was awesome, man.
It's one of the best fights we've ever seen. It's a fight that you thought the challenger actually won. Does that mean that you would lean towards doing it again? There doesn't seem to be another clear number one contender right now as well. I mean, with all those things, what factors will we use to make the decision whether or not we'll run this back?
We kind of pulled the trigger a little too soon on Lawler last time trying to put him in Australia. And Lawler's coming off back-to-back wars. Back-to-back wars. So we'll see what happens.
A few questions for Robbie, please. Robbie, congrats. I wanted to ask you, there's a really cool moment there at the at the end of the fight where you guys kind of collapsed at the same time on the cage. Were you aware of that? I mean, what's going through your head and how do you feel in that moment?
What happened?
I'll wait.
He doesn't have. Are you a translator, sir?
Yeah, you.
I'll wait for Rob.
Oh, you thought that was Robbie Lawler?
With the beanie, it threw me off. My bad.
You cover this sport? Yeah. You thought that was Robbie Lawler?
I'm sorry.
That is funny. That was a showstopper, huh? No more questions?
You won that fifth round tonight, I think, in most people's opinion. Is that something that after the first fight with Hendricks that might have played with you mentally, that if you found yourself in the decisive fifth round again, you make sure you put your foot on the gas?
I'm just going out there trying to knock someone's head off and get a quick victory, but for some reason these guys won't stay down.
The final bell sounds. You've got a few minutes to walk around, soak it in, wait for the judge's decision. What's going through your head at that point? Do you feel like the belt's about to get wrapped around your waist?
Didn't go my way tonight, but I left it all in there, fought my ass off. So I'm disappointed, but I'm proud of my performance.
In the cage, you said that you'd be happy to rematch Carlos again, but we have Tyron Woodley on the Fox Sports broadcast definitely saying no rematch.
Yeah, I don't really play those games. We'll talk to Dana and figure things out, and you guys can play those games.